There is an appropriate buzz in the room. Appropriate because the city that knows how has done it again. We have city leadership, we have national leadership and Leader Pelosi, we have leaders from across all sectors that have gathered in the room to demonstrate and make a commitment to our young people. And so we are thrilled that all of you are here. So it all started, I was 14 years old. I wanted a job. Only child of a single mom in the Western Addition of San Francisco, living in Martin Luther King Square. Go West Side, sorry. And my mom enrolled me in the mayor's youth employment and education program. And it was my first exposure. I was placed at then called the Department of Social Services at 170 Otis. And I spent my summer at 170 Otis. And it was my first exposure to the workplace. What does it mean to be professional? What does it mean to show up on time? I had this little issue with timeliness. What does it mean to show up on time? It also gave me an opportunity to understand the possibilities with regard to growing and learning, and it also emphasized the importance of education. And so it was a great and amazing and foundational starting place for me to now be in front of you as the COO of United Way of the Bay Area, helping to bring community together to ensure that we make more opportunities for more young people. And so we are thrilled to welcome you all here today. And so with that, you're going to hear from a number of our leaders who've made commitments. We're also going to issue a challenge, so get ready. Because there is an enormous need, there are an enormous number of young people who are in need of opportunities, and we want to create as many as possible, and so you're going to hear about that challenge in just a moment. Today's launch is made possible because of great leadership across many fronts, but there's no one who has been a more staunch committed leader, committed to our city, committed to job creation, and in particular committed to young people than our city's leader. Please welcome Mayor Ed Lee.
Thank you, Eric. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to City Hall. Eric, thank you for that introduction, and thank you for what you're doing at United Way and with the Obama administration to help work with us to get youth jobs this summer. How's that as a goal? Before I introduce other people to speak, though, on this very important topic, I just want to say thank you and welcome to an amazing House Democratic leader, Nancy Pelosi, for bringing the sunshine in today. Thank you. As well, I want to thank our board president, David Chu, for being here this morning. David, thank you. Along with members of our board of supervisors, I see David Campos is here, and there's others that are coming in and waking up and doing other things. Also want to thank our superintendent of schools, our school superintendent, Carlos Garcia. Thank you, Carlos, for being here. Ann from United Way, thank you, Ann, for being here. Roberto from After College, thank you, Roberto, for being here. And then later on, you're going to hear from two wonderful youth of our city. Jose Luis and Alicia, thank you for being here. We'll hear from you in a moment. And as you know, we have a lot of representatives from companies and from associations, members of our community college board, our school board, our leaders from the whole nonprofit arena. Our community-based organizations have been so invaluable to helping us build an infrastructure here. Thank you, all of you, for coming to, I think, this is a historic and an unprecedented day because we've got some great collaboration going on that I've never seen in all my years working in San Francisco. It's exciting, it's historic to be part of this because as a city with our nonprofit partners, our private sector partners in business, we're all putting together our resources, our expertise, and all of our communities to create an unprecedented number of summer jobs and paid internships, by the way. I say paid internships for our young people in San Francisco for this summer, and hopefully to create an infrastructure for the ongoing future working with United Way. Thank you. A few people around here have heard me talk about a topic, something called jobs, once in a while. I mentioned that a little bit when I'm around City Hall. But as you know, it's been my mantra, it's been my purpose for wanting to be mayor of this great city, to try to create jobs for everybody, for every neighborhood in the city, for every classification, for every age group. And we're seeing some of those results today in our great city. With our unemployment rate falling, we're seeing jobs created, obviously in the technology industry, in the construction industry, in healthcare, in manufacturing, in hospitality, and in so many of our local companies. But I know we can do better, because especially when it comes to our young people who suffer an unemployment rate that's 3 times more than our general population, we can do better. We can try to erase those barriers to unemployment that makes it so difficult for our youth, and especially when you know statistics that we've been sharing with a lot of you. Age 16 to 19, 35% unemployment rate. When you get to age 24 group, between 20 and 24, that's about almost 18% unemployment rate. They got it tougher while we're now enjoying an unemployment rate that's down and going down below 8%. That's why earlier this year, when President Obama challenged our nation, the private sector, and they also challenged all of our mayors in Washington when we were there in January, to join him in a national campaign to produce jobs for our young people, I said, San Francisco must step up. We can be part of that national leadership on this call by our president. And because I think many of you know firsthand that a quality work experience for a young person can simply be a bridge to a lifeline. A lifeline for young persons that are setting themselves up for him or herself on the right path, for lifting up their families, and of course, helping make our city a better place. And so today, we're kicking off San Francisco Summer Jobs Plus, a partnership to create more than 5,000 high-quality summer jobs and paid internships for our young people with a focus on at-risk and disconnected youth in our city. And as you know, the White House designated the United Way to be their national and local partner. I want to thank our United Way for everything that they do. Every year, we're into the charity aspects of our city agencies. United Way is there to help us coordinate that. Well, on this summer, with their good work, they've helped us win some real commitments from our private sector companies that are here today. And also, I want to thank them for helping us build an infrastructure, an ongoing infrastructure, to make that job referral right to the private sector very unbreaking, a consistent pipeline that we're going to be announcing today. And that'll help our young people who are looking for work connect right into the companies who are ready to welcome them this summer. I know many of you are here today to be part of this historic event, and I want to thank all of you as well. The city, the largest employer, those city departments are here today, all the agencies that we work together with, thank you for providing the leadership and recognizing that we have limited resources. And we know that, and we've had those budget meetings already. I asked you to do something probably near impossible. But like so many mayors before me, when I was a department head, they did the same thing to me. So I get to do the same thing to you. And it's also always asked that you go right to the edge with us. Because guess what? For our young people, it is well worth it. It's worth it to give hope to our youth. And so you've joined us, you've gotten the lead, and then I can go out with the city's commitment to 2,500 jobs in the city agencies. City agencies like our Public Utilities Commission, who's going to take kids into the sewer, into the water mains, and learn what it is to keep our infrastructure going, all right? We got Rec and Park in charge of the most beautiful parks in the world, our neighborhood parks, our Golden Gate Park. They're going to have youth working with them all summer. Our public libraries, the greatest libraries, the libraries that are not closing, they're opening as we speak. More neighborhood libraries open. They've got an exciting program for our youth. Even our juvenile probation department. Yes, They've got jobs for our youth this summer, and they're going to be part of a whole challenge of all of our departments working together with YouthWorks, with our Department of Children and Youth, and their families, with our school district, to forge our 2,500 jobs. So I want to thank all of you department heads for being here today. You're really finding out how hard it is to do more with less, but you're working with me to make this really bona fide commitment to all of our youth. Now I turn you to the attention of our private sector, the true economic engine and job creators for our city. Our private sector employers who are here today, whether you're with associations, I want to thank you for joining us. Actually, I want to thank you in advance for matching the number of jobs you're going to have for our youth. In fact, if I can say this, I actually want to thank you for beating us. All right. Together, we can create more than 5,000 jobs for our young people, especially kids from difficult backgrounds and with barriers to traditional employment. And we're here to help you make sure that they're work ready and that we can place them with you. And we'll hear more about this in a minute. Some of you in this room have already made an early commitment, and I want to really thank you. I want to applaud your leadership. I want to thank you on behalf of all of us. We have companies like Bank of America and Wells Fargo and PG&E, along with SF City, along with so many of you, Jamba Juice, Hornblower, Lend-Lease, Price Waterhouse, Salesforce, of course, TMG, Union Bank, UPS, Webcore Builders. There are so many of you that early registered your tremendous support for this, not only this is unprecedented collaboration with us. So I want to thank you. But I'm probably going to do something because it'll make my staff a little nervous. You know, in addition to just thanking you today, hopefully with your commitments that you're going to reflect, I'm going to offer something else up. And I hope that my staff listens to this carefully. If you join us, and if you create jobs for our young people this summer and beyond, I'm going to get out to as many of your companies this summer and thank your employees personally. I want to be there with you, with the youth in your companies, and personally thank them for helping us meet the unprecedented number of jobs you're creating, and to thank them for celebrating our future with our kids in your workforce. This is important to me. This is important to President Chu, the Superintendent Carlos Garcia, and others who have joined me in this unprecedented cause. We're making history. We're making history with bringing everybody together, united on this front. And, you know, speaking about making history, I just want to say a little bit about Nancy Pelosi being here today. You know, our House Democratic leader has been a national champion. She was with me yesterday for a good part of the day, riding through, reviewing with our municipal transit agency our very hopeful completion of our central subway. And through all that conversation, she was kind of sounding like me. All we could do is talk about jobs, 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 and how ARA and some of the other great programs that President Obama and her have put together that we benefited so much here and used it rightly so to employ so many people. So, it's my great pleasure and honor to introduce her this morning to be part of this exciting and historic effort. Please welcome Leader Pelosi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. I'm honored to be here with you this morning on this very important occasion. I can say, listening to you and the enthusiasm that you have always had and that you demonstrated here today, that we're very blessed to have your leadership on this initiative and many other initiatives as well. But the Summer Youth Jobs Initiative is an important one. It's important in terms of survival for some of these kids to just get a chance. It's important for their success once they get that chance. And it's really transformative for them and for our community to have the benefit of their contribution, which is a very individual one and a very special one. I want to join you in acknowledging the businesses that have already made some level of commitment to all of this. I want to add to that Ron Conway, because I know that he is representing many, many tech businesses, which are largely small businesses. And while we want to acknowledge the corporate America that's participating in a very strong way, and that's very important, and some small business, as you mentioned, but the idea that this connection will be made with these young people and small businesses in our community. Hopefully they will all grow big, these kids and these businesses. But that's really a very important part of the public-private initiative that the President had in mind. It's certainly, again, a pleasure and a great source of official pride to be with the mayor, with David Chu, with members of the Board of Supervisors. Of course, United Way, the official partner the President named. And Wilson, thank you for your leadership. Eric, your story told it all. It told it all. What a difference that job made starting when you were 14 years old. And we're all blessed that opportunity was there, was taken advantage of. I'm excited that we're here with Carlos Garcia, our superintendent. Unfortunately, not for much longer, but fortunately for the length of time that he was. Jose Luis and Alicia, you are our VIPs of the day. We look forward to hearing your story. And Roberto, after college program, that's really very important. But I just want to take a moment to say how this fits into some things. When the President became President, we had the ARA, the Recovery Act, which has done great things for San Francisco, I'm proud to say. But part of it was the Jobs Now initiative. It has different names in different communities. But San Francisco was in the lead on demonstrating to other cities how you could take advantage in this public-private partnership and what it meant to not only young people, but some a little older than young people as well. A new Congress, we didn't have the opportunity to renew that. Some of us went to the President, many from this area, Congresswoman Barbara Lee for one. We went to the President and said, they're not ever going to do it, but the need is still there, but it's not going to pass legislatively. So we want you to do it by executive order. We'll help juggle the funds, but this is called making summer youth jobs a priority, which the President did in the grand way that he did. A priority, elevating it, United Way, corporate America, small businesses, educators, public agencies, and the rest to be part of it. And so we would have liked more than $250,000 for our whole country. But this is an example, a model, and again, as the mayor said, the private sector may even exceed what the match needs to be. But this is really important. And I have always said, when you combine our educators, our public sector, our private sector, our nonprofits, to help young people who might not otherwise have an opportunity, with the training, the education, the opportunity, you are doing the most important work that we can do for our society and for our economy. For our economy, there's a practical payoff in it too. I really believe that. So as all of you are here with all of the enthusiasm and all of the excitement of the prospect of a job and all the dignity that goes with it, as Eric said, to show up, to be responsible, to understand what it means to work and to have command respect. It's just, as I said, not only about survival, not only about success, it's transformative. So, Mr. Mayor, I congratulate you on this transformative occasion. I salute the President for just going out there and doing it, even though it was part of the American Jobs Act as the second approach to this, the first being the Recovery Act, and then the Jobs Act that was rejected. But he decided to take the risk, take the leadership to make it a priority. Now, we'll still have to fight for the money and the appropriations process and the rest, but it is there. It's just, the usual what happens in Washington during that time. But nothing will be more important in that fight than the example that is being set here. This leadership role that San Francisco, once again, as it did on Jobs Now, as it's doing now on the President's initiative, all hands on deck. So not only are you doing what is good for our community here, you're setting an example for the rest of the country, and you are proving the point that the President was right when he took this initiative, made it a priority. And as he would say, and he says it all the time, it's okay, thank you for the congratulations. What's really important, we talked 250,000, we talked 2,500 at least in San Francisco. What's really important is what happens to the Erics, one young person at a time, and the change it makes in their lives, and the contribution it helps them make for all of us. So congratulations, Mr. Mayor. Congratulations to our private sector, our public sector, our nonprofit, the United Way, to all of you. This is, again, of national significance, and I'm very proud of San Francisco. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and thank you, Leader Pelosi. I don't know if that's a mistake or a prophecy. We'll see. So I would just take a moment to say to our young people that are in the room, stand up. No, the real young people, not the older people that wish to be young, but the, so here, so stay standing just for a moment. So young people, I want you to look around the room. These are older young people committed to your future success. And so I want you to appreciate that. And older, younger people, I want you to see these young people. This is why we are in the room today and why it's so important that we all do whatever we can, individually, institutionally, and in terms of our roles we play in community. And so one more time, one more hand for our young people. You can be seated. So you're going to hear now, speaking to your young people, we're going to hear now from a few more leaders who are committed to you, who have risen to the challenge, and so I'm going to call on them now. First, we're going to hear on behalf of the entire Board of Supervisors, because they're all committed to this issue. We're going to hear from President David Chu, and then we're going to hear from the leader of our 21st century world-class education system in San Francisco, our Superintendent Carlos Garcia, and then we'll hear from the CEO of United Way, my boss, Ann Wilson. With that, David Chu.
Good morning. I am so pleased to be here as one of these older young people. And I'm really glad that Eric recognized the youth who are here, because when I look out onto this room, and all of us who are here on stage, we spend a lot of time in this room. This is possibly the most diverse room that I've seen today. We have young people, we have adults, we have folks representing every sector in San Francisco. We have business leaders representing every industry in our city. We have neighborhood leaders. We have folks from every community that is the rich diversity of San Francisco. And I want to thank all of you for coming to this all-hands-on-deck moment. Eric took a moment to reminisce about his time as a young person. When I was in high school, I spent a summer working as a janitor at the local public high school. It taught me how to clean anything. I cleaned desks, lockers, bathrooms, classrooms. It taught me how to trim bushes and lawns. I learned how to take out the garbage, Muhammad Nuru. And frankly, these are all skills that I use every day here at the Board of Supervisors. Now, all that being said, we know we have significant challenges. The mayor talked about some of these statistics. Statewide, we still have unemployment at 11%. But among our young people, aged 16 to 19, 35%. This is the type of unemployment, the rates that we heard, not just during the Great Recession, but during the Great Depression. We have a crisis, and we have a set of challenges. I want to thank my colleagues from the Board of Supervisors, particularly Supervisors Olage, Campos, Chu. We had a hearing yesterday, and we heard some, frankly, tragic stories about how unemployment has led not just to dead-end careers, but in some instances to some very real tragedies. But instead today, on a much sunnier day, we are here to do something about it. I'm proud that San Francisco is coming together, all the sectors here in this room. I'm proud that the bluest city in the bluest state is working to further President Obama's vision. We are building the future leadership of our city. And I want to take a moment to recognize I've had interns who are now civil rights attorneys, who are now tech entrepreneurs, who are now helping to run government. And I know that with the help of this program, someday they're not only going to take over my job, they're going to take over Mayor Lee's job, and they're going to take over, soon to be, Speaker Pelosi's job. So thank you for being here today, and we look forward to having a wonderful summer 2012.
Good morning. I'll tell you, this is really exciting. For me, it's kind of like a dream come true. I mean, to have the speaker here, to have Mayor Lee here, to have all the business folks here. When I got here, I remember in 2007, we were talking in our strategic plan of creating a vision for our school district that wouldn't just be K through 12, but actually preschool through adulthood. And as I leave in July, I think about how we've come a long way. We've come a long way to put all the pieces together, to get all the turf wars out of the way, and to do the right thing for children. And that's the kind of city I think all of us are proud to live in, because it's not a city that just talks about doing things. I don't know about you, but with the media and everything, after a while you're just sick and tired of hearing everybody talk. It's like the Peanuts cartoons. When people talk, the adults, you don't hear words, they just go wah, 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 wah. Well, that's kind of what we've been hearing for a heck of a long time. And yet here in our city, we're not just talking about it, we're actually doing something about it. For me as a superintendent of schools, it's really exciting because it fits into our strategic plan. Imagine, San Francisco, we're the highest performing large urban district in the state of California. Our test scores in the last 11 years have really done wonderful things. And we're really proud of the last 2 years, and we know that this year we'll get the same results, and that is that we are actually closing the achievement gap for African American, Latino, and Pacific Islander students here. And that's really exciting and great, but the part that's been missing for us is that the constant thing that keeps me up at night is that I sometimes believe we're educating kids for a world that no longer exists. Think about it. We all talk about the good old days. Well, first of all, they weren't that good. The good old days are right now, young people. Don't listen to a word of us older people telling you about the good old days. It's never been better than what it is today. And what lies in front of us as a country, in spite of this recession we're going through, hey, we're going to get over this. And you're going to have a brighter, better future than anybody else in this room has ever had. And I think it's obvious, because where else? When I was your age, City Hall didn't come together to talk about what they could do for summer jobs. Business people didn't come together, cared enough about young people to say, we're going to work together so that everybody has a job. Leaders didn't come together. Here we all are together as a San Francisco family, because darn it, we are San Francisco, where things get done. We care about the young people. We care about this great city. And we know that the livelihood of this city rests upon our young people. And if we don't get them to be not only learning in classrooms, that's great, but that's a little bit isolated from the real world. The real world is when partners like the folks here today say we want to have interns, we want people to work in the summer, we want them to be in the offices, we want them to even be in the sewers. Lucky people, God, I'm up for that. To have those opportunities that are real, to find out what careers exist. Think, I love to read futurists. Every futurist will tell you that 85% of the jobs that right now kindergarten students who are entering kindergarten, 85% of the jobs that they'll do haven't even been invented yet. I hope that the young people this summer will get an opportunity to see what the adult folks are doing, what kind of works, and add to it. Don't just go there to learn about what you're going to be doing. Learn about how that can become even better. What tweaks need to take place to make that even a better product? I know you may not believe you have the power to do that, but Bill Gates, Jobs, everybody, they didn't think they had the power to do it. And look at the world in which we live today. It was changed by young people's imagination and ability to adapt to the new world. That's what we're here for. We're here to lift you up and help you get there, because you've got to make this world better than what we've left it for you, because we've created a whole heck of a lot of problems. And quite frankly, I want you to be 10 times smarter than we are, because as I retire soon, who else is going to support people like us, right? So are you up for the task? I hope so. And have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent. My name's Ann Wilson. I'm with the United Way of the Bay Area. And as you hear from the people who have spoken already, it is such a privilege to be here and looking out. This is what community is. And it is so inspiring, as has been mentioned, the diversity in the room and the representation from all the sectors. This is what community is. This is a very big family meeting. And the fact that you young people who are in the room take from this meeting that there's a whole lot of people in suits who care about you, and could have been someplace else, but they're here, and we're here for your future and the future of our community. And it is so inspiring to be here and to be with all of you. It is so inspiring to be a partner on behalf of the United Way with the city and all of the partners who are going to make this goal a reality, Mr. Mayor. This initiative actually builds on a partnership that United Way's had with the city for quite a while with the Department of Children, Youth, and Families. Since 2005, we've helped more than 1,300 young people find jobs and internships with more than 75 employers. And MatchBridge, our program, coaches young people throughout the job process, helping them gain exposure to the opportunities and careers and what a positive future might be. And this helps them build professional skills, it helps them build confidence, it helps them build a work ethic, and more importantly, it helps them build a sense of possibility and a commitment to further their education to make sure those possibilities are their possibilities. Most recently, as Leader Pelosi said, when the president issued this big national challenge to the country, and he turned to the United Way, we joined more than 30 United Ways around the country to engage in conversations with our communities and the White House Council for Community Solutions. We held more than 5 conversations here. More than 100 people joined us, employers, community leaders, and youth themselves, to find out what will it really take to bring this connection between youth and employment for this summer. And I'm so delighted and so proud of the response that we've had. You've heard about some of it already. When we first joined this initiative back in January, PG&E was the first company to step up to the plate to support our efforts. And PG&E Chairman and CEO Tony Early personally brought in 20 other employers to discuss how we might work together. And we thank PG&E so much for your leadership. It's so great to see so many companies and nonprofits in the room today and behind the scenes working, creating opportunities. Mr. Mayor, I'm going to join you in the risk of naming some as well. And we're so excited with the leadership from AT&T, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, BRE Properties, Deloitte Consulting, Boston Consulting, Revolution Foods, Jamba Juice, Salesforce, Starbucks, in the room and outside of this room, who have stepped up and said, we want to be a part of this. We care, we believe in the future of these young people. So how is it going to work? Our MatchBridge youth program is going to work with a number of other community-based nonprofits here in San Francisco to make this challenge a reality. It will help young job seekers with resources such as job readiness workshops, resume writing assistance, interview tips, and job search coaching. We will ask young people to call 211 to get connected to the to MatchBridge and to the opportunities that are in our community. They'll get pre-screened to help them figure out what they might need to be actually ready for a job. And we'll work with the employers to make that job placement the most positive it can be through our MatchBridge program. So we invite everybody in the room, tell your neighbors, tell your associates. There's no upper limit, I don't think, Mr. Mayor. There's no upper limit to the pledges we might receive in the jobs and internships for our young people. It is a privilege to be a part of this, and I look forward to the end of the summer report, Mr. Mayor, for the exceeding the challenge you've made. Thank you.
We're almost there. When we were doing some planning for this event, there was concern that we had a lot of folks talking, and we were going to finish with our young people. And then there was a moment of discussion just yesterday that said, well, if we run out of time, might we have to cut the young people? No. So we got just a little more to do before we then welcome and challenge, in particular, our corporate partners to step up to this challenge. And so Ann referenced the infrastructure we're trying to build. And let me be clear, we're not just building for summer 2012. We're building for the future, so we really want an infrastructure and the capacity to sustain this over years. And so one of the key partners in that space is aftercollege.com. So in just a moment, Roberto Angelo will come and do one slide that gives you a quick how-to, particularly for our employers, where you go, how it works, and then we're going to hear from our young people. Roberto.
Thank you, Eric. Mayor Lee, I want to thank you, Leader Pelosi, Superintendent Garcia, President Chu, United Way, for making After College a part of this important initiative. We're really excited to be here. I started After College when I graduated from college because I realized there was a better way to basically use the web to better help college students and recent grads find better jobs that were more relevant and cater to what they were looking for. So a few years later, After College is now the largest career network serving college students and recent grads. And I'm very excited, along with the After College team here, to be part of this important initiative. And we're looking forward to launching this with the City and County of San Francisco. So earlier this year, we were tapped by the White House to be a technology partner, the lead technology partner for the initiative. And we're excited to see that this initiative that's working on the national level to apply it on the local level with the City of San Francisco, our city, my city, which is San Francisco. So what I'd like to do is give you sort of a quick just instruction on how to go to this website and take advantage of it. So what you do is you basically go to hiresfyouth.org, and on that website, you basically go to business partners, and you can start posting your jobs immediately. It's a simple three-step process. If you're looking for a job, so if you're a young individual looking for a summer job or an internship, you also go to hiresfyouth.org, and on there you click on youth, and you're going to start seeing jobs as of today and tomorrow and going forward. So we look forward to be part of this initiative, and we're pretty excited, and thank you.
So the intent here is to make it easy. Young people enter the same portal, employers enter the same portal, they meet in Portal World, and behind the scenes, we'll be supporting young people to get ready so that there is both a meaningful experience for the young people and a meaningful experience for the employers. We need this to work for both, and so we're excited. With that, we are thrilled to have two. We could have chosen many because there are many young people who are doing phenomenal work in community and have had opportunity and have taken advantage of that opportunity. But today we have two that will speak on behalf of the masses. First will be Jose Luis Mejia. He is from Transitional Age Youth from San Francisco. And then secondly will be Miss Alicia Hawkins from MatchBridge. Please.
So good morning, everyone. Yes, my name is Jose Luis Mejia, and I'm 24 years old, and I'm the Young Adult Engagement Coordinator for Transitional Age Youth San Francisco and the lead program facilitator for the Conscious Youth Media Crew. And I'm pretty much here to try to hopefully move you to committing more jobs than maybe you thought about before you came, and get your other colleagues to do the same. So I was born and raised here in San Francisco and East Oakland to immigrants from El Salvador and Guatemala, and I grew up in a domestically violent household as well as just a violent community that really had an impact on me, and early on in my life got involved in hustling, drug dealing, stealing, pretty much whatever I could do to hustle and just try to support really my mother, who was a single parent at the time and was has some disabilities and still does. That started impacting my life as I start to see shootings, people passing away, friends going to jail or the hospital. That was my reality of what I was used to seeing. And that I'm not the only one. Across the country, I know we have 6 million 16 to 24-year-olds who are disconnected from employment or education. Here in the San Francisco, we have around 7,000, and I'm not alone in sharing some of these experiences. Luckily for me, I got connected with the Bay Area Video Coalition. I saw a brother from there just right now here. And they teach video production to high school students and young adults. And when I found out about it through my counselor, I see the application and he's telling me, well, you can go to this training program, learn how to produce videos, how to do editing, lighting, and sound, and you're actually gonna get paid to do that. And I was just like, wow, for real? And that was my natural reaction. It was incredible to me that I was going to get paid to learn something that was then going to translate to me being able to get a job with those skills. Which, by the way, those same classes where you learn Final Cut Pro, lighting and sound, adults are next to you, next door, paying a decent, a pretty penny for those same classes. So I took advantage of that and ran with it. They connected me with a summer job, and it is really what changed the trajectory of my life, and is still part of what I still do today. At CYMC, the Conscious Youth Media Crew, it's a similar program where we teach video production for high school students, young adults, and this is what truly BAVAC and that type of program connected me to a job was truly the thing that helped make that difference for me. So I really would encourage you and urge you to do the same. See that these jobs are not just a one-time thing. This really can be that type of experience, that type of opportunity that can help also change the trajectory of another young person's life. And if you do not have the funds to hire a young person, maybe you can do a job shadow, maybe you can do some mentoring, maybe you can do some professional development, or if you do have the funds to give to a lot of the amazing organizations that are preparing our young people, please do so. Because the truth of the matter is, with a lot of these type of initiatives, we end up getting a lot of those young people who are job ready now. But the fact of the matter is there's a lot of other young people who need to take those steps, need that training and professional development to be job ready, maybe not this summer, maybe in the fall, maybe in the spring, maybe next summer. So please think about that as well and what type of investment you can do to help those young people to get to that place. So thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. I grew up in a rough neighborhood surrounded by negativity and high crime rate. I needed something positive and motivating to take my vision off what was surrounding me. When I was 14, I started working in a young youth employment program similar to United Way's Match Bridge. And the first time I got paid, I was like, wow, there's a check with my name on it? How am I gonna spend it? So that vision and that feeling was priceless, because even though it was like maybe $115, I thought I was the stuff. Here I am to say that we need these kind of programs. It makes a wonderful and powerful impact. I am an example of it. I am the product of it. It made a big difference in my life, and I feel it will make all the difference in the upcoming youth today. Taking chance on the upcoming youth, it helps them get out into the world to see the reality of what they're getting ready for later on in the future. It will help them not only create life goals, but career goals. Most importantly, it helps youth get focused, gain work ethic, and prepare to be a successful adult. It's a domino effect. When, sorry, it's a domino effect because when we turn and we help youth, then they can later on become successful and also help the next generation. I want to thank you all because I appreciate it so much, and you guys even taking the opportunity to help us, to help the next generation. I have siblings, and I want them to follow in my footsteps because it helped me stay off the streets. It helped me do something positive in life, and I am a successful young woman. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you, Alicia. Earlier, Alicia said, I don't know if I can do this. She was just fine, as I told her she would be. Mr. Mayor is going to come and challenge you in just a moment, but Mr. Mayor, I want you to know that we didn't just dream this up last night and implement it today. And many members on your team stepped up to partner with the United Way. And so it was Amy Wallace and Rhonda Simmons from OEWD. It was Joaquin Torres from Neighborhood Services. It was your Education and Family Services Advisor, Ahijah Mendoza. It was Renee Willette. It was Maria Sue from DCYF. And so we've had a tremendous partnership and team helping to make this possible. So I just wanted to shout out to my colleagues in the room. Mr. Mayor, we're ready to be challenged.
All right, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of hope in this room. It's time to fulfill that hope. We're going to have some fun. It's a little Oprah style. I didn't get a chance to watch that show much. My wife tells me a little bit about it once in a while. But we're going to hear about commitments from all of you to try to join or match or beat the 2,500 jobs that our city folks have already committed with everybody in the city family. So I know that all of you have great pride in our city. Jobs that you create, the impact that your leadership has, and I want to just start off again by thanking all of the companies that have been mentioned earlier. Thank the individuals that have been working with us on the front end, people that have come in just this week saying, I want to be part of this. Thank you all very much. So Eric, we're going to have you go into the audience.
Thank you.
Be the Oprah.
I can do that.
Okay.
Testing. 1, 2, 2, 2. Leader Pelosi has to leave shortly, so but she wants to hear from our corporate partners. And so we're going to try to do this quickly. We've got a thermometer here. We're not starting at 0, Mr. Mayor. We have companies that have committed, and we are grateful to hear from them. So we're going to call on Ron Conway first.
Great. Ron, thank you for being here. A pleasure, a pleasure. I am the founder and chairman of an organization called SF City. It is a brand new organization to San Francisco. We have over 225 tech companies in San Francisco who are members of SF City, and creating many, many jobs in San Francisco and outpacing job growth in San Francisco versus the rest of the country. SF City is delighted to commit 100 of its 100 internships from its 225 member companies. We're adopting 2 organizations where we're going to help place interns. One of them is the SFPD Future Grads program, which is focused on keeping kids in high school, high-risk kids in high school. How do we do that? We employ them during the summer. SF City is donating $25,000 for internship scholarships for the SFPD Future Grads program. There's a nationwide organization called Summer QA Camp. The SF City membership is also adopting that. That organization is nationwide and places interns into companies that need QA help. And we're going to place over 25 interns from 15 of our companies who have signed up for summer camp. Summer camp was founded by Anish Chopra, who used to be the CTO in the White House, and someone you might recognize, John Bon Jovi. SF City is committed to this program for years to come, and as Nancy Pelosi said, it's the tech companies who are tiny today, you know, the Twitters and Salesforces of tomorrow, are the ones placing 2, 3, 4 interns this summer. Next summer, they'll be placing 10 or 20.
Ron and SF City, you're too legit to quit.
So as you heard, Mr. Mayor, one of the first companies that stepped up was PG&E, and Greg Pruitt is here from PG&E.
Thank you very much. I will keep this very brief. I will say, Jose Luis, I am actually happy to tell you you moved me. We did commit $100,000 to support all of you and these great corporate sponsors and employment. We're going to do one better. We're going to add $25,000 to that today. I also just want to really quickly say, my story is not like some of the stories you've heard today, but I did grow up lower middle class in the central San Joaquin Valley, and I was the beneficiary of a program like the city is introducing today, and I am so thrilled on behalf of PG&E to support the city, the mayor, President Chu, Leader Pelosi in this effort, and thank all of you for being the future.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor, Ebony Felix from Salesforce.
Thank you so much. We are delighted to be a part of this initiative, and we are delighted to join forces with Mayor Ed Lee and the United Way in support of this movement. And, you know, when we heard that the unemployment rate for youth ages 18 to 25 was approaching 35%, we knew we had to get involved and do something. And we definitely wanted to respond to this all-hands-on-deck moment. So I am very pleased to announce that on behalf of Salesforce.com, we are delighted to provide 40 additional summer jobs for 2012. Thank you so much.
Mr. Mayor, Michelle Braga from Bank of America.
Good to see you too. So bankers aren't high demand on the speaker circuit today, so I will keep this short and sweet. Merely, a couple months ago, we made a commitment to President Obama that we would be an early supporter of the Summer Youth Initiative. We are here today to localize that commitment and make a $50,000 pledge towards the San Francisco initiative. We're pleased to be here.
Thank you.
So I just want you to notice that the thermometer is going up, and it will as each pledge and commitment is made. Mr. Mayor, Brian Davis from UPS.
Thank you very much. Nice to see you, Mr. Mayor. I've been with UPS for 34 years, and I started when I was 20 years old. So I will be retiring soon, and so I would like for, you know, one of the youth to take my place, and we are going to commit to 15 new permanent jobs over the summer for the San Francisco area.
Thank you.
Okay.
Moving down to Mr. Mayor, we have Mike Bellecci from Wells Fargo Bank.
Thank you very much. Mayor, first of all, thank you for being the catalyst for this wonderful program, and to United Way as well, Ann. Thank you very much. At Wells, we believe that strong communities are great for everyone. Businesses, the public sector, all of us benefit when communities are strong, and jobs are at the core of a strong community. So we're honored to be able to participate in this program with a pledge of $50,000 and growing to this great cause. Thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor, Ken McNeely from AT&T.
Mr. Mayor, thank you. Thank you again for your leadership on this very important issue. AT&T was also one of the initial participants with the president on this very significant initiative, and we also willing to localize our pledge. Today, we're going to pledge to 20 interns over the summer and a contribution of $25,000.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much. Why is my thermometer not going up? We needed to go up. All right, Mr. Mayor, Janice Dewis from Jamba Juice.
Hi, very nice to meet you. We're very pleased to be here in the President Obama's Summer Jobs Initiative. We pledged over 2,500 jobs across the nation. San Francisco specifically, we're hiring 30 youth for the summer. We're going to have 13 internships in our corporate office doing a variety of jobs and projects. We put them to work. And we'll have 200 jobs in the Bay Area for this summer.
Great, thank you very much. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, we have Kelly Shahada from Starbucks.
Hello, good to see you. Nice to be here. So I represent Starbucks Coffee Company here in my hometown of San Francisco. And we are pleased, as you know, we're all over this great city. We are pleased to offer, well, we were originally going to come with 20 jobs, but the stories that the youth presented, you definitely inspired us. So we are going to commit to 25 jobs here in San Francisco alone. And more importantly, not just the jobs, but investing in providing these young adults the training that will help them today in the summer, as well as many years in the future. And we will also partner with our stores across the Bay Area in the East Bay to get commitments from them as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, those are who we knew. Those of you who've been in the room, you've been inspired by these young people, these stories, this important issue. Anyone else want to make a pledge? This is that moment to raise your hand. We have a hand. You are Young Han Yi from Pearl's Deluxe Burgers. Excellent.
Thank you for the opportunity. It's very exciting here. I am pledging to increase my workforce by 10% over the summer. That's 2 internships per location.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you so much. And we're growing. And we have Tyler Dorman from GoPago.
Hi there. GoPago is working with over 500 merchants in San Francisco currently. We have a mobile payments application, and we're looking to add 5 jobs for the summer's program.
Thank you.
Hold on one second. So I'm coming that way. Yep, I'm coming that way in just a second. Rob Black.
Hi, I'm Rob Black, Executive Director for the Golden Gate Restaurant Association, and also I chair the Workforce Investment Board here in San Francisco. I'm so proud of the team that the city has put together to lead this initiative. It's something that we've been working on at the Workforce Investment Board for several years. So thank you, Mayor Lee, for your leadership. It's really made the difference. And it's so great to see some of our members already stepping up with Jamba Juice and Starbucks to take this challenge. But we will add another 50 internships and jobs with our members this year.
Sir, you are?
Paul Giusti and Kathy Jameson from Recology, and we'd like to pledge 5 jobs to help increase recycling in San Francisco.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Excellent. We like hands going up. Yes, ma'am, you are.
Jessica Driesler from the University of California, San Francisco, inclusive of the Medical Center, and we are pledging 118 summer internships.
That was 118. Please. You are.
I'm Jill Benson with Hornblower Cruises and Events. I've worked with Hornblower for over 20 years. We love people growing up with us, so we're pledging 15 jobs, not just for the summer, but as we move forward into 2012 and 13.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Kevin Carroll with the Hotel Council of San Francisco. We partner all year long with the San Francisco Unified School District on their Academy of Hospitality and Tourism. And this summer, we have at least 15 paid positions through that program in hotels in San Francisco. And also at the Hotel Council, we have a paid internship that we've added for the summer too.
Thank you. Excellent. There were Don't want to skip anyone. Todd Mercer.
Todd Mercer with WebCore Builders. As a founding member of MatchBridge's RETA, which is Real Estate for Tomorrow's Youth, we're going to up our ante and we're going to pledge 6 summer internship positions.
Thank you so much. Excellent. Robert Collins.
Hi, my name's Robert Collins. I'm a part of San Francisco's proud tech community with a startup called PathBright. We're a small team. We're in our Series A round. We have 8 people right now, but we'd like to pledge 25% of our workforce and add 2 more internships this summer.
Great, thank you. Yes. Excellent. Yes, ma'am. We have Holly Thier.
Hi, Holly Thier with the Thier Group. We specialize in construction management and public outreach. I want to thank Mayor Lee for doing this. It's very, very critical. And I want to thank President Obama. I want to make a special call to the small business community. If there's any other small business folks in the audience, I want to encourage you to pledge. We are pledging 2 internships for the summer and 1 new position. And I also want to thank our members of the larger business community for going the extra mile. Thank you.
Thank you. Susan Leal.
Hi, I'm Susan Leal. I'm very proud to be part of this program, and AECOM Technology is very happy with its wonderful work at PUC and the Central Subway. And as part of the PUC, we are, in our community benefits programs, we will have 15 interns this summer.
We are running out of time. Raise your hands. I'm coming to you, Mr. Young.
Hi, I'm Alan Young. Thank you, Mayor Lee, for leading this initiative. I was a Y Combinator founder and was a veteran. My company, CallSocket, will be tenant number 2 at 1355 Market, so where Twitter is moving. And over the next 2 years, we're going to create 300 jobs. We're a customer experience management company. And for the summer, we'll commit to creating 10 internships.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you so much. Come. Right here.
Hello, my name is Julian Dash. I'm owner and founder of Holy Stitch, a small denim factory and hemming and repair business in South of Market of San Francisco. I started out as an intern, and I graduated to being one of the mentors for PUC and DPW. I brought my team here, my apprentice, my business guy, and I'm offering all I can offer, which is only 5, probably grow into 10 internships that'll graduate into jobs.
Excellent, excellent. Andrew Lindsay.
Good afternoon. My name is Andrew Lindsay. I'm also a member of the burgeoning tech scene here in San Francisco and also a small business. So I will take that pledge to continue to contribute to this. And we're also a member of the SF City organization that Ron Conway mentioned earlier. We came today initially pledging 3, but with the stories that we've heard, we're so inspired, we're going to double that to 6.
All right. Fantastic. Excellent, excellent. There were hands. Rob Massey from Deloitte.
How you doing?
Doing well.
We're obviously benefiting greatly from all the great innovation in the city, and we are going to hire 250 Bay Area youths in our practice lines, internships, and full-time positions this year.
Excellent. Fantastic. Oh.
My name is Jabu. I'm here with Michelle. We're representing Airbnb, and we are a very small company with a big heart. We've got 10 folks, paid internships this summer.
Fantastic. 10 more. Any more? We are out of time, actually, but we don't want to turn down jobs and opportunities for our young people. So anyone else before we conclude? Yes, please.
My name is Janine Cotter. I'm with Luminalt. We've been a great beneficiary of the city's Go Solar SF program, and we've done a lot of hiring through Goodwill, through YCD, San Francisco Conservation Corps, and Asian Neighborhood Design. We've got a great commitment to youth. I have children in the San Francisco Unified School District. We are very small, and with funding being stretched right now, we are happy to commit to 1, which is all we can afford, but we're happy to do it. Thank you.
We celebrate 1. Absolutely. So again, we thank everyone who committed in the room. Here is the continuing challenge. If you can do more, please do more. We added 813 jobs in the room today. 813 plus 2,500, we're at 3,300. We've got a little ways to go, but we can get there. And so we'd ask you and challenge you. Tell your colleagues, tell your peers, tell folks in other companies, inspire them the way you've been inspired today to create opportunities for young people. Thank you so much for being here today. We're going to have a great summer because you were here today. Those companies, one second, those companies that made a pledge, please come to my left. Those companies that made a pledge, we want to do a quick photo op. My left, your right. Thank you so much.